Bonjour et bienvenue à ce premier extrait de la conférence de Fred Gallo qu'il a donnée au congrès d'hypnose au Luxembourg en l'an 2022. Voilà, je m'appelle Christiane Steffens-Dossi, je suis psychologue, psychothérapeute et hypnothérapeute à l'Institut Milton Erickson du Luxembourg. Est-ce que vous connaissez cette situation? Parfois, on est dans son cabinet face à un patient. Et le patient, il va tellement mal qu'à un moment, on se sent, on perd un peu les pédales, on est impressionné, on ne sait plus quoi faire, on est peut-être même dans une impuissance. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire à ce moment-là? Et quel est le lien entre cette expérience en thérapie qui n'est pas vraiment agréable et l'expérience d'un artisan qui fabriquait des horloges à pendule au XVIIIe siècle? Venez découvrir.
Okay, so here you are, the therapist, okay? And the client you're working with is discombobulated, okay? And here you going, and you feel stressed. You don't know what to do, okay? You've tried a technique, and the technique isn't working, maybe, or you're just so stressed because it's like nothing's working, and you feel so bad for this person, or maybe you don't even like them. You feel that way, and I'm sure none of you out there have ever felt that way toward a client. I'm sure you've always felt tremendous love in your heart and soul, right? No, I think we've all had our struggles with that at times, okay? And so if you're going to try to do a technique while you're in this kind of a state, I venture to say it's not going to be very effective, It's not going to fly. And there's a reason for that, I feel. And I'll go to this. There was a physicist many years ago. I'm not sure when that was. It might have been in the 1800s, somewhere there. Christian Huygens from Netherlands. And he loved pendulum clocks. And he made pendulum clocks. And this isn't a good representation of the kind of pendulum clocks he made, but it'll illustrate the point. One day he noticed that all of his clocks were swinging synchronously. And it occurred to him, how can that be? I made that clock over there a year ago, and this one I just finished 2 weeks ago, and this one I just put it together the other day. And they're all swinging the same. How can it be, I mean, they should be all haphazard. And so what he did is he stopped them and he started them all off in random ways. And within a short period of time, I don't know how much time passed, but they were all swinging the same. He knew that phenomenon happened, but he didn't know why it was. And later, from what I understand, physicists discovered that what would happen is that the clock with the strongest spring ruled, so that the other clocks synchronized to it. Now, the reason for that, I mean, it was just very common sense thing, they're on a beam, and the strongest clock sends out this vibration, and so the other clocks would synchronize to it. Now, that has a lot of implications for therapy, I think, because if the client is so distressed and their vibration of distress is the highest level, and you synchronize from that, you get to go home feeling pretty worn out. And you're not in the position of being able to influence that situation very well. Okay. That there's a cybernetic principle from this that says that element within the system with the greatest flexibility rules. So if you have requisite variety, as we would call it, okay, so I have the ability to make moves, counter moves, then I'm going to be able to help that client do better, okay? And not that you want to, it isn't about you controlling them, running their life or anything like that, but being in a state of health so that they will synchronize to your health. Okay, so